Good morning. Today we're going to take a look at XRP, its dominance, and some interesting hidden things that we have going on here. So, all right. So at this point, we zooming out a little bit on our price action here. We can see that we have a large five-wave move to the downside, ABC up, and then this guy right here has basically on the USD pairing invalidated the wave one move. So this wave one move right here, coming down this way, was down to 310.05, and now the price action yesterday, when we zoom back in, this wick on the B leg actually came above it and ended up going up to 3.1052. So it actually cleared that level. So this now basically at this point means that on the USD pairing that this is invalidated because we've crossed, and this is the completion of this wave to the downside. Now, the reason I bring that up is because this move off the lows was incredibly crazy. So basically, long story short, we were shorting down here, stop loss put in right here, got stopped out, price action flies. So that was good. Shorted up here, longed right here, and now we're getting ready to ship our bias to the long side. Now, what's intriguing though, and this is what's important to kind of recognize, is that despite this price action moving, actually, well, let's look at this price action, then we'll talk into the anomalous thing that I found. So right now, this is a very clear five-wave move off the lows. So we've got a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, after we completed this five-wave move down. ABC to the upside, and then this completion for a flat. So we went, let's zoom in here. So we actually end up having an ABC down move. Let's go to the even shorter time frame so you can see it. We end up having an ABC down, ABC up, and then this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the downside. So this is where the flip to the long ended up happening here, okay? And to close out of that short against the top, because we knew we would take back a portion of the range. Now, what's also good is this action right here is impulsive as well. So what we do is we measure the wave 1 and the wave 2, which is right here, so 1, 2, and we are going to make sure that our wave 3, which is right here, surpasses the 1618, and it did, right? So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then all of this is your fifth wave, and now we're correcting yet again into the supply with the expectation that we should do an ABC move from here, probably a little bit lower, and maybe even down into this region. And then we finish out that correction and we can continue moving higher from here, okay? Excuse me. So now from here, we can actually take this and run this idea of what length of correction do we expect to see. So we pull this down, move this back up, and this correction should not exceed the the $3 range, maybe even go this low, but probably realistically we would like it to stop right there. So I'm going to be acquiring some more longs because I only got half my order filled over here. So I'll get some more longs at this level. Now, if this starts breaking down further, then we have something changing, right? So this impulsive structure could be a larger 5 waves, 3 waves, 5 waves, but because this is impulsive and measured out, and this is impulsive, I don't believe that that's the case. So we'll just be kind of monitoring how price action plays right here at the $3 and change range, okay? But next, we have a big gap right here, okay? And this entire move that we're running, we cannot cross this 2.781 beginning origin move, okay? So that is the do not go below zone, okay? So now what's weird about this is you would look at the overall price action, zooming back out, and we can see that we have a 1, 2, and then within this region we have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So it's almost like we didn't get the fourth and the fifth wave down into this region, okay? So we got wave 1, and then we've got, and then we got wave 2. So something changed in the count here. So maybe, for example, in this larger degree, you have your 1, there's your 2. These are both pretty obvious, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be like where your 3 ends. There's your 4, and there's your fifth wave. So that could be a shorter run for the count. But because of the length of time that this took, and this was so short, it kind of makes me wonder if something's off. Now, looking, just because we want to make sure we're always ready for all scenarios, I don't think this is going to happen, especially if we don't cross below that lower level. But jumping over to the, let's grab the right one. Jumping over, well, Velo data, let's just check into that. longs are definitely piling in, but you notice that we actually have an increase in open interest, but barely, despite the price action going up, and most of it's long. So it's kind of an intriguing view, and market sellers are showing up. So it makes me wonder if this majority of this move needs to be taken back again. So we will continue to watch. But what I was looking at was the dominance. Okay, so here's the dominance chart, and on the dominance chart, we did not cross wave one. Okay, notice right here, we did not cross wave one. So also, this move right here ended up being a 5-wave move to the downside that we ended up having, okay, for the minor degree. And you can see that in this 5-wave move, we ended up having a full breakdown below the low, okay? But if you go back to the USD pairing and we go back to that same spot in time, and we look right here, this is that area of time, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a higher low, right? So this ended up being on the USD pairing a higher low for the price action, yet we still broke down, which is what threw a lot of people off. So the interesting thought is that if this 5-wave move was not here, and yet this guy crossed on the USD pairing above that, the thing to always keep in my mind until we break above this is this just in fact the wave 4 that we're playing with, and we are going to still go down lower to these lower levels. So how do we handle this, right? Oh my, because there is a potential that this could still break down and head lower into our target areas down in this region. So if that's the case, and we're going to see something along these lines, and there's going to be some serious strangeness happening into the market, well, we have invalidations, right? So if this is a flat, we don't expect, and this is impulsive, we don't expect that this should fall much lower than this 3.049. And then if we start seeing this level breached at 278, which is a long way down, we're going to have a problem, right? So if you, with the long that I put right here, we're going to want to make sure that we go in and we put a stop loss below that region, right? Something like that, just to make sure that if it does continue to roll over, we can exit and go, wait, what's happening here? And is this in fact the issue that we experienced, which was our the actual market cap dominance is telling us what's going on. Now, good news is, and one more thing that is adding to the excitement is Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin, great pop off the lows, but it lost and invalidated its low here as well, right? And so it did come back up and it crossed over into the wave 1 completion here, right? Just like XRP did. It's got a nice little 5-wave move to the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe it's got a correction and then another one to the lower side. So there's definitely some strange things happening in the USD pairing charts. And I don't know if that's the dollar flopping around or what that is, but this crossed. And we also have the same thing with XRP saying it crossed, but on the dominance chart, we did not. So right here. So anyway, so something I'll be watching out for. Stop losses are the way. You must stop loss. And then if we do get this, that's a huge opportunity to make everything go crazy. Now I did to get your longs that you're looking for. Now I did re-enter spot right here after selling out at the 315 range. So got a good little bit of return on the spot. Not the best, obviously. Down here would have been better, but that's okay. And I did find on my short all the way down, got stopped out, which is great, and then shorted again for a quick trade, and now I'm long, right? So what I'll probably do is I'll just probably hold the spot bag through all of this and just use leverage contracts if we do fall down into this region to make as a protection and an accumulation down here. So anyways, that's just kind of what I'm looking at. Now Sigma, doing great. This is another example of what we would expect to see from a market that is going into expansion, right? So we're probably fine on that breakdown. I just want to make sure you saw what I saw, which is that there's something weird going on in the background. 3-day RSI is what we're looking at here. Stoch is completely flipping positive again. So we have a 7.34 over 6.72. RSI bounced off the 40 here. And we have this beautiful green candles coming right off the lows. So we're already beginning our ascent out of here. And this is checking and matching our Cardano market cap chart where we expected this kind of breakdown. And then this magic happens the next run. So yes, that's kind of what we were expecting as far as that. So it's checking in beautifully. Target's just back up to the top of the range of diminished. So now we're at 528. Then you've got your next one, which is your 1618, could easily take us up to 20x. So we'll just gotta keep watching these guys as they go. But so far, Sigma's doing great, and it's a good sign that we're probably doing just fine in this market. But I'm just always open to what if, right? So good bounce here, and we'll just kind of continue to monitor everything. But that's how I was seeing in the charts, and hopefully you're not confused by what we just went over. But I think you'll all do great. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll check in tomorrow.